When I was first introduced to Pikmin, it was way back during the Blockbuster days. I remember looking for the next game to rent at Blockbuster one night, and amongst Super Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and a handful of Star Fox games, there was a strange game named Pikmin. The game's cover had an astronaut with these multicolored creatures fighting another creature. I remember deciding to go ahead and rent it. Once I was home, I put the game in, and I was met with a cute home screen with floral text reading Pikmin. I hit start and then I got right into the gameplay. Unfortunately for me, Pikmin I could not grasp when I was younger. I don't even think I gave it enough of a chance. So as time continued onward and I grew up, I kept hearing more and more about this franchise. During the Wii U, the third entry came around. The 3DS had Hey Pikmin, a spin-off, and now within the Nintendo Switch generation, we have a deluxe version of Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4. Last year, in preparation for Pikmin 4, Nintendo did a remaster of Pikmin 1 and 2, and I finally decided my time had come to give this franchise another go. Let's talk about it. Last year, I played through Pikmin 1 and did 2 playthroughs. Almost immediately, I grasped the game's controls and understood its assignment to try and find the lost pieces of Olimar's ship and return home within a month. Throughout my first playthrough, just trying to understand what Pikmin do and how to maneuver around the locations in Pikmin was fun. Pikmin at its core does the exploration and discovery amazingly well, especially when finding the pieces of Olimar's ship. It feels like we are making progress and one step closer to Olimar returning to his family. Overall, Pikmin 1 was a great start to the franchise. Still, my biggest issue with the game and why I needed to do 2 playthroughs was that I did not have most of the required parts to complete the game. I didn't have enough to meet the deadline for completion, so I had to redo the game all over again and ensure I met the proper requirements to meet the game's credits. Overall, with Pikmin 1, I enjoyed the game quite a bit. Still, the time restraints and sometimes very challenging bosses would leave me frustrated with the lack of Pikmin with me to help combat the forces of nature throughout Pikmin 1. I didn't play these games back to back, and I decided about a month ago to dive into Pikmin 2 finally, and this is truly where I fell in love with Pikmin. Pikmin 2 will go down for me as an almost perfect sequel. Everything you would love to see in a sequel happened with Pikmin 2. Gameplay, quality of life improvements, like a fantastic marching mechanic, allowing your Pikmin to parade in a direction with ease of a button press and guiding with the right stick was a game changer for me. Getting through obstacles and tight locations where every Pikmin mattered. Gone are the days of time limits and restraints. Instead, you need to collect 10,000 Pokos to get Olimar and the new recruit Louie back to HQ and pay their debt. There is no time limit, allowing the player to fully explore every nook and cranny without worrying about a time crunch. And this is where Pikmin won me over. I fell in love with finding artifacts and fighting enemies, not just in general, but on my own time. I was not worried that I had to go ahead and crunch or haphazardly fight my way through these locations on a time restraint. Dungeons were also introduced, allowing the day cycle time limit to remain paused as you venture through the depths of Pikmin 2, fighting bosses, uncovering your next treasure, and finding new allies. The new additions to the Pikmin squad are great as well, such as the purple Pikmin, who are the team's brawn, allowing them to pick up heavy items with ease, and the white Pikmin, who help poison and dig hidden items lost in the ground. These 2 new additions make a world of change when traversing through the landscapes of Pikmin 2. The only negative I can say is that Pikmin 2 had procedurally generated dungeons, meaning they won't be the same as you return to them. This has hurt me a few times in the late game, but I didn't necessarily dampen my enjoyment of the sequel. Pikmin characters and the world are so charming. Not only is it refreshing to see Olimar a little more fleshed out when you see his family message him as we journey through our debt, but also having a new face like Louie and your boss who keeps reminding you about your debt is quite funny. It's a lighthearted experience that I was more than happy to be a part of. In conclusion, I can finally say I'm a fan of Pikmin, and it's a franchise I'm happy to be a part of now. As of this recording, I still haven't dived into Pikmin 3 or 4, but I will talk about it when the time comes. As for now, Pikmin 2 will remain one of my favorite video game sequels. It did everything I had hoped for and more, not to mention an ending to a game that had me in tears laughing laughing. I loved Pikmin 2, and I cannot wait to dive into the other two games. I have heard mixed things about Hey Pikmin, but maybe I will play that if I can find the time. But as I said earlier, I'm so happy to have given Pikmin an honest shot, and in doing so, I can wholeheartedly say I'm a fan of Pikmin, and I cannot wait to get into the rest of the series. So that's it for this episode today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Pikmin 1 and 2 has been an awesome experience and an awesome game series that I'm really happy to be invested in. I cannot wait to get into Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4. As I've said in the video, this series took me by surprise. When it was announced, I was hesitant, but I decided, hey, if there's going to be a time to get into this franchise, it's right now. So I bought the game bundle when it came out, and I played Pikmin 1 almost immediately, and I fell in love with it. Now, Pikmin 2, as I've just played and completed within the last month or so, that game is phenomenal. I think it is way better than 1. If I were to go back, it would be Pikmin 2 I'd play. I also played the multiplayer in Pikmin 2 as well, which is fantastic. There's so much character and there's so much charm within the Pikmin franchise. And me seeing the trailer for Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which I remember seeing when it came out, but actually seeing and playing the Pikmin 1 and 2 and seeing those like GameCube graphics, and then you go to HD Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 3 Deluxe graphics, it looks so cool, and I cannot wait to get to those next games. So please let me know in the comments down below if you play Pikmin. What's your favorite Pikmin color? Or what is your favorite Pikmin? Do you like Pikmin 1? Do you prefer Pikmin 2? Do you like Hey Pikmin? Or do you even play the mobile game? Please let me know in the comments down below. As always, my name is Brandon, and I will see you all next time.